Now, if you do a lot of short session fishing like I have done this year, then I want to show you a little stick mix that I've been using. It incorporates some of the mainline stick mixes and bag mixes that they do. They're renowned for brilliant boilies, but they also put some of that expertise into making some great little stick mixes. So this one, firstly, you need to get some of the new pellet combo that they do. All different pellets, all different sizes, all different breakdowns. I put a nice couple of handfuls into the bottom of a tub. Then I get one of my favourite stick mixes. That's the activated hemp mix. Again, a nice handful's worth into there. And now one of the other stick mixes they do comes in the bag form. That's the tiger nut one. Again, a nice handful in there. And then the final part and component that I like to put in is actually to crush some pop-ups. I get some old pop-ups that I've had knocking around in the rucksack for a while, put them in the crusher, mill them up until they're a fine dust, and then pour them in there and stir them in nicely until everything's spread nice and evenly. And that's the little yellow bits that you can see in here. And then the final component that goes in is actually one of the pellet and particle syrups that they do. That's the new Grange. That matches the boilies that I often use on short day sessions. I like to always catapult a few around the bags that I use, so that's a nice complement. I put that in, not too much, don't make it too wet to start with. Put a few, a small amount in and just get it nicely stirred in so you get a nice little damp ball that you can join together, but it doesn't want to be wet, because what will happen is it will slowly dry off a little bit and you'll have a nice breakdown. That's the sort of consistency I like that. I don't want it to be congealed in a ball once it's in the bag. I want it to break down so that those little particles of pop-up start fizzing away along with that activated hemp mix. If you're looking for a bag mix that's going to hone carp into it, that's definitely something you should be using. And then quite simply, I put it into the original funnel web system, again one that I like to use, and rather than thread the stick down, because the anti-tangle sleeves become a bit of a signature of my rigs now following the underwater filming, I like to just hook them on. That's for two reasons: because I haven't got a quick release system that incorporates the anti-tangle sleeve, but also because I don't like the knot or anything being around the hook end. So quite simply just hooking it through like that. And one final point you'll notice, because you're hooking it through, it doesn't actually sandwich the hair against the hook. So what I like to do is get some of the quick melt PVA tape that we do and just do a little granny knot and just sandwich that hair. That stops the hook bait from wrapping around the hook during the cast, or when it's first lands on the bottom and it's ready to snarl them carp. And just before you cast out, I like to add some of that syrup. I think there's nothing wrong with adding some of these PVA friendly liquids before you cast, and literally that's it, ready to go. Get it out there. If you're doing short sessions, a little stick mix like this is definitely going to put more fish on the bank.